Well, that's trying to think. Maybe just every year, you spend a week in the New York City Fire Department. And you saw more fires in 1 week than you see in 5 years. Get Mizzou. Sure.
Good afternoon. Let's call the Ways and Means Committee to order of February 21st, 2012. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Cross?
Here.
Commissioner Derazinski?
Here.
Commissioner Engel?
Here.
Commissioner Jagger?
Here.
Commissioner Longmire?
Present.
Commissioner Mahoney?
Here.
Commissioner Plummer?
Here.
Commissioner Skolnick?
Sorry.
Commissioner Snyder?
Here.
Commissioner Wilkins? Here. Commissioner Collins?
Here. Thank you. Number 3, approval of the minutes of February 2nd, 2012. Moved and seconded. Any corrections or additions? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Public comment on an agenda item. Anybody in the audience who would like to address us on the agenda item, please step forward. Seeing none, moving to items for consideration with a note. We have an addendum for items 15, 16, and 17 for the addition of pending approval of the use of such funds from the Public Works Board. Down on item 22, we're going to request for a office clerk. It's going to be an office account clerk. So let's go back up here to WM 1202-14 for the administration of accounts payable.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-15 for administration. Authorize staff to apply for funding for upgrades at Patterson Park.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. Jagger?
Does the cost go up on what it costs for the renovations? Do we gonna borrow that from the fund too, or waste, solid waste?
Judy Kell, grant coordinator. At this point, I can't really speak to the issue of returning money to the solid waste fund. I would defer that to John Warner.
If costs go up on the equipment, we don't anticipate that that would happen because we would know quite soon whether we've gotten the grant money, and then we would use the money that we have. The only money that we would take from the solid waste fund would be the match.
On this, we've already trying to borrow money from the solid waste fund. Do they bring in enough parts to pay back these 3 and the other loans we've taken for solid waste against it?
We anticipate that we will, yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? All in favor of the motion, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-16.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-17 for administration.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Comments? Seeing none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-18 for equalization. accept the proposal from Farm and Home Publishers to produce the 2012 plat book.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions, Mr. Jagger?
We're in for $12.50 for, 1,600 copies, no matter what then.
Tom Van Bruggen can respond to that, he's from the equalization.
Tom Van Bruggen with the Equalization Department. No, we are not. The whole plan of this production is the plat book company is going to produce the book at zero cost to us up front. We will then sell the book, and the books are going to sell for $30. After the sale, on a quarterly basis, we will send them back $12.50 per copy. So we are not ever billed up front prior to us ever selling these books.
Well, it read here that you get 800 books, so we don't have to pay. What happens if they don't sell the 800?
No, in that, what that's talking about is a second edition. And after the sale of 800 books or 3 years, whichever comes first, then the company will produce an updated second edition of the plat book. So they'll do another version of the plat book under these same terms. So it's a 2-edition proposal. They'll produce the books, we'll sell the books. After the sale of those books, we will send back on a quarterly basis. They'll get monthly reports from us of how many books we've sold. Then once a quarter, they will bill us for the ones we've sold during that quarter. We'll then pay them back for that. And then after either 800 books or 3 years have passed, then we will do another edition of the book.
So if we only sell 600, we're only going to be out. We only going to pay for the 600.
Correct, yep.
Okay. Why not more of it done on CDs? Because we were thinking real estate, them kind of things, we'd rather do it on CDs. Just doesn't give us that option.
A few people do want them on CDs, and there is actually in their proposal a different price chart for selling a CD if somebody requests that. It's $50 on the CD, as opposed to $30 on the plat book. The one thing that's really noticeable is people want it in book form because the vast majority of the purchases are hunters, and they want it in the back seat of their truck or their car.
We
So,
discussed that too, so. Okay, thank you.
I have
Mr. Skolnick?
one question. Are these being printed on by demand, or are they printing all of them up front?
they're going to print them in, the first cut might be a couple hundred books, and then after that, we will request 100 books at a time.
Okay, so they can do them in small
Yes,
numbers?
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Plummer?
Can you tell me what, I went through, mine was an 04, and it was $15 the last time. How much are they? I mean, what was the last one? Must have been
The last edition was from 2007. It was run by the MSU Extension and sold for between $25 and $30.
Okay, so it didn't go up that much this time.
No, the $30 is what the Equalization Department has been selling them for the last 2 editions.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have one last question. How big is that book? Is it
It's an 8.5 by 11 book, typically spiral bound with like a plastic spiral binding, and it's about 70 pages, so it's really about 70 to 80 pages, which is 40 sheets, 2-sided, approximately.
All right, thanks.
Anybody else? Thank you. All in favor of the motion?
Yes.
All against? Say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-19 from Human Resources, through the adoption of the Mayor's Employer Resolution Uniform Transfer Provision, are authorized. So moved.
Support.
Moved and supported. Mr. Jagger?
If we go from a defined benefit plan to a closed defined benefit plan, could that possibly extend the program? So let's just say someone come out of one that's defined benefit with only 4 or 5 years, moved into this where we've already closed it. It could actually extend that program.
Well, the reason for, Debbie Bernabel, Human Resources Director, the reason for the motion is to help employees who have worked for the county in one group. But a good example is the Sheriff's Department. If you have a sheriff deputy who wants to promote to command, and the new employees are forced to go into a defined contribution plan, it really would prohibit that person from promoting unless they wanted to take a huge reduction in their retirement. And that's the reason that MERS put the resolution out there is because they were having a lot of problems in the small cities where none of their officers wanted to promote to command positions anymore because they would take a large retirement reduction.
But some of these plans, the way we got them set up, will run out in another 20 years, to say. Well, if someone moved in and only had 2 years and the plan would defined benefit, it would extend that plan out to 30 years again.
Correct.
Well-
That is correct, but most of our employees aren't allowed into those plans. Newer employees haven't been allowed into those plans for a while now.
But we have 5 plans that are still under defined benefit programs.
Now, would this lead to, the liabilities of, would this lead to helping solve the problems with the under liability of the plans? Because we have plans that we're paying 20 and 30% on. But does this lead to the help of solving that problem?
If you have someone who promotes and doesn't have a lot of years in, and then they're gonna contribute longer to the new plan, yeah. The longer someone contributes to a plan, the better it funds the plan.
But are we better off trying to let these plans run their course and not have that liability? Because we could be putting more people into it, because like I said, we got some that we're paying 30% on, and having to keep doing that, is the county better off with that, or paying the lump sum to get the liability caught up? And that might be a question that's hard to answer.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, say no.
No.
One no. Motion carries. Item 12/02-20 for Public Works. Approve bulletin number 5 to the CMH Clubhouse project. Move to second. Questions? See none, all in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-21, the treasurer.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions?
Yeah.
Mr. Jagger.
With all the, in the previous years, are we getting all of our money back to pay these bonds off? Because I know more and more of it's going back to the state because they're not getting sold through auction.
Capital Director of Finance and Management Services. To answer your question, are they getting paid back? Absolutely, they're getting paid back. This is the funding mechanism that we use to fund the other municipalities within the county to make them whole, so when they go out for a tax collection, they don't have to worry about what portion that are not going to get it through delinquencies. We assume the liability of those delinquencies, we pay all the other municipalities off. We therefore take on that responsibility and then collect against those people that are not.
But if the house goes back completely to the state, do you,
Actually, would come back to the county.
where then you don't pick up that money?
That's correct. Well, in this case, let's say we get our property after 2 years and not paying our delinquent taxes, where we assume that property, then it goes up for public auction. We make sure the profits will go toward paying that liability off.
But we've been getting enough off the profits for that to pay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, I think that's the question.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Mr. Skolnick.
He is, it says borrow up to $12 million. Is that about what it's been?
That's correct. That's historically, yeah, correct. Yeah. Because last year we were running on that figure.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
Anybody else? All in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. WM 12/02-22 for the treasurer.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Questions? See none, all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
All opposed, say no. That motion carries. Old business. Anybody have any old business? Mr. Jaruzelski?
If I may, I meant to ask you in the first 3 months, 15, 16, and 17, in-kind match. We've been buying property, especially at Minor Park. Can any of that be used on these grants for in-kind matching?
our grants coordinator left the room.
Okay,
I can get that answer to you before the full board meeting.
just
Yeah,
wait.
we'll get that
Okay,
information.
Any other old business? Mr. Mahoney?
Just a quick reminder for the commissioners of the planning session on the 28th, which is next Tuesday. And I think you have an agenda for that.
Any other old business? Any new business? Mr. Engel?
Since we've got the iPads, I for one, and I don't know if anybody else, don't need to have the agenda put in the box. So I don't know if we have a procedure on how we move on or don't move on, or just we should think about it. Because there's really no sense in printing them as long as they're here in front of us. But I know that not everybody has switched, so we'll be a way to, I don't know, we talk to Lisa or how we do it, so.
We'll take care of that and let you know the process.
Okay.
Any other new business? Public comment on a new topic. If there's anybody in the audience who'd like to address us on a new topic, please come forward. Seeing none, we're going to like a motion to go into closed session for legal opinion.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Skolnick?
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins?
Yes.
Commissioner Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Cross?
Yes.
Commissioner Derzinski?
Yes.
Commissioner Engel?
Yes.
Commissioner Jagger?
Yes.
Commissioner Longmeyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney?
Yes.
Commissioner Plummer?